Hold on, I'm trying to turn up the volume here so you guys can hear the best music ever. All right, hang on just a minute. I'm gonna spread the word. Spread the word. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Hello. What's up, Adam Heim? Hi, everybody. It is Friday. It is Friday again. Thank goodness, right? The weekend is here. This is Zaid Wolf, everybody. If you do not know of his music, do yourselves a big favor. Go download his stuff. He's just so cool, and I love his music. I can get back to it and turn it off. That would be great. All right. Okay, everybody. Hi, welcome in. This is the week 5 edition of Stepmom Lauren, that's me, of Fireside Friday. What's up, Angie? How are you? One of my favorites. Mike Kane, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. If you guys don't know who I am and you're watching this for the first time, my name is Lauren. You can find me on social media at Stepmom Lauren. I am a writer for the Fantasy Footballers, for Fantasy Pros, and for Roto World. So if you guys really don't know what's going on, that means I write about fantasy football. So I am here to help you with your week 5 starts and sits. And let me just say, hi, Tommy. How are you? Let me just say that week 5 is a catastrophe. Straight up catastrophe. So, I mean, we have a lot of questions with all these schedule changes going on. Am I right? So I am going to be relying on my own research that I do in order to prepare for the many outlets that I write for. I also use Fantasy Pro and the Fantasy Footballers amazing start sit tools, which are very, very handy. You don't have to like rack through their rankings. It just kind of shows you who should I start, and then kind of gives you a little bit better idea of who you need to plug into your lineup. So hi, everybody. It is so great to see so many faces here. Thank you so much for joining me. What day is it today? Happy birthday, Dad, by the way. It is October 9th, week 5. And it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be weird. It's going to be a long one. So if anybody doesn't know, we've had some very odd schedule changes going on. So we now have a Monday night game, and then the Titans and the Bills have been moved to Tuesday, which still counts for week 5 on most platforms, not week 6. However, if you are playing any daily fantasy, I know that FanDuel and DraftKings are not even counting those 2 games, like in some cases. So yeah, make sure you have your I's dotted, your T's crossed, your P's squirrely cued, and let's just try to hang on. And I mean, it's only week 5, and this is what we're dealing with right now. So this all came about. I'm almost speechless. I'm stumbling over my words here for the Tennessee Titans. So apparently when a few players and staff came down with COVID, the Titans were told to not have any in-person activities. However, they were like, no, see ya. We're going to go practice at a school gym, of which the gym or gyms gave them permission to do so. And I believe including quarterback Ryan Tannehill went and practiced in person, which they were not supposed to do. And this, I don't know if it's because of or as a result of, or maybe it's just coincidence, but there are a lot of players and staff members that have been tested positive for COVID-19 on the Tennessee Titans. I believe it is 24 in total, including 14 players, 10 staff members. One of them is Corey Davis. So fantasy gyms have a lot of questions, and I get it. I am one of them. I have A.J. Brown. I was super excited for him to come back, except now I don't even know if they're going to play because one more positive test, you never know. Maybe they're going to have to forfeit. So what this does is for anyone who is following the schedule, the Bills and the Chiefs were supposed to play next Thursday. So because the Titans and the Bills are playing on Tuesday, obviously a 2-day turnaround is not feasible. So the Bills and the Chiefs are being moved to the following Sunday if they play on Tuesday. So keep that in mind, guys. We're going to have an extra game on Sunday, and we are not going to have a Thursday game unless something else gets rescheduled. The Patriots game has also been rescheduled to Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So we have a doubleheader on Monday, which is very interesting. So we'll see how that all works out. But it ends up working out pretty well for all the parties involved. So Cam Newton had tested positive for COVID-19. He and the team, they traveled in two separate planes. It was like the close contact with Cam Newton plane and the not so close contact with Cam Newton plane. Stephon Gilmore was on the close contact with Cam Newton plane. He did test negative, I believe. So he was allowed to play in the game against the Chiefs in week 4. So after the game, Stephon Gilmore and Pat Mahomes got face-to-face exchanging pleasantries. Wasn't anything bad. They were just, saying hi, what we would normally do in a regular year, but this is not a regular year. Come to find out, Stephon Gilmore has tested positive for COVID-19, so lots of eyes are on the Kansas City Chiefs. So far, no further positive test results have come out for the Patriots, and no positive test results have come out for the Kansas City Chiefs. So fingers crossed, that's going to be scheduled just fine. So again, Patriots, Broncos, Monday at 5, Bills, Titans, Tuesday evening. I can't remember what time now. I think it's 7. I have no idea. And these are Eastern times. Not sure. So now we're going to move forward with the Bills and the Chiefs on Sunday instead of Thursday. So all of this could change again. We honestly have no idea. So make sure you are staying on top of this every single day. And if you have Titans players, there's a lot of them. If you have Bills players, Josh Allen, hello, he's killing it in fantasy. It's a risk playing them on Tuesday because one more positive test result and you never know. If they're unable to roster 53 men, the Titans will have to forfeit maybe, I don't know. Nobody knows what's going on. It's absolutely crazy. So let me go ahead and get to your questions. Thank you for letting me do that dissertation on the scheduling changes, but it is important that you guys know this. Stay on top of it. Just make sure everything is the way it should be, hopefully. All right. My girl, Faith. Hey, girl, Faith. I love it. You can find her. She's amazing. FF_leap of faith. She's my girl. FF Grinder. This has been the longest 5 weeks of NFL season ever. I know, when crazy things happen. And this doesn't help fantasy at all either. We didn't have any preseason. Teams are trying to figure out what the heck to do with each other. Especially if you're on a new team. I mean, look at the Buccaneers. And the Bears last night. Come on, craziness. It's hard. This is a really hard year. No doubt about it. So it's okay. Totally get it. And then the Titans need to get it together for real. They're going to be facing some sanctions here because of the blatant, disregard of the Titans mandate of no in-person activities. It's pretty tough. E-Man, hello everybody. What's up? Fireside Friday. Yes. Woo. Thank you. Happy Fireside Friday indeed. Bob, I did not have green, but I do have blue. So I decided to go, blue and blue. I am repping the St. Louis Battlehawks for the XFL. They're defunct. I think somebody bought them, a chick in Rock, which is very exciting. So we'll see if that comes back. I hope so. Charles Tran, let me put you up here, my friend. You don't trust Matt Ryan. Which quarterback would I stream? Bridgewater, Minshew, or Herbert? All three of those are excellent. I would go Bridgewater. But go with your gut on that one because all three of those are good streaming options. But I think I might lean Teddy Two Gloves there, which is so exciting to see him do so well. And then FF Intervention. How are you, my friend Chase? Also an excellent follow. FF_intervention. I think that's your handle. I hope it is because I just told people to go follow you there. And then I know it's going to ruin Josh Allen's record-breaking year if they do have to forfeit. But you know what? It's a win for the Bills, and that's really what they care about is a win. They don't really care about us fantasy folks, which is sad. All right, Mike, let's see. You need 2 out of 3 standard scoring. McLaurin, DJ Moore, or Juju. This is so hard. DJ Moore has been very disappointing. This should be a get-right game for him. I love Juju Smith-Schuster. I love Deontay Johnson. I think a very sneaky start at tight end is going to be Eric Ebron. I actually am starting Deontay Johnson and Eric Ebron in a league, and I am not afraid to do so. So I think Terry McLaurin can definitely be plugged in there. He is like matchup proof. He's quarterback proof. So I like Terry McLaurin there. As DJ Moore and Juju, I want to lean Juju Smith-Schuster here just because I don't have any faith in DJ Moore. So if this were my team, Mike, I would go McLaurin and Juju. And then, like I said, one of my favorite phrases is have a cocktail and take some Pepto because this is going to be a weird year in fantasy. Doesn't really matter. And then let's see. Oh, here I go. And guys, my little wheel on my mouse just flies through this stuff. So if I take a second to try to go back to where I where I was before. And then Baba, Touchdown Tuesday. So that would be a really cool name for like a show segment, Touchdown Tuesday. I like that. So we'll see what this looks like with all these games spread out, you know? Who knows? Maybe instead of having 3,000 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern games, maybe we'll spread them out a little bit. Who knows? Maybe this will be a new year for, well, it's going to be a new year for the NFL, but we'll see if it's anything that changes for the positive, which would be good. And then Troy, what's up, homie? Am I going with Matt Ryan or Justin Herbert this week? Let's go Justin Herbert. Let's have fun. Let's have fun. But let's go ahead. I'm going to put this up here first, my friend. And let's see what the other folk have to say here. Let's see what Fantasy Pro says. Matt Ryan or Justin Herbert. All right. Yeah, they're going to give it to Matt Ryan here. I don't hate it either. I don't hate it. I don't love it, though. It bothers me that Julio Jones hasn't practicing. His start is very much in doubt. So I might swing for the fences here and go Justin Herbert. I know they're playing against New Orleans, and that's on a Monday night, which is a little nerve-wracking, whereas Matt Ryan plays Carolina Sunday at 1. Carolina's defense is actually stepping up pretty well. So I'm not really sure if I agree with that one there. But Matt Ryan is ranked ahead of Justin Herbert, if that helps. So sometimes you don't always have to go with what the experts say. Go with your gut. FF Grinder. Oh, you forgot that you have Josh Allen in your Yahoo League. Yep, better get a backup. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's 2 Monday night games, so that's always helpful, although available quarterbacks in those 2 might be a little rough. So maybe a Broncos? Jeff Driscoll? Is he in? Who is it? I don't even know who's starting for the Broncos anymore. It's just a hot mess there, which is sad because I'm a huge Drew Lock fan. In fact, my cup today is not the one that Faith got me because I'm not having a cocktail today. This is for Drew Lock. I got this when I was in Denver, which is very exciting. And then, yeah, make sure you check your lineups, guys. Super important. All right, let me put this one up here. All right, start 3 out of 4. Robert Woods, DJ Chark, Terry McLaurin, and DJ Moore in PBR. Oh, okay. DJ Chark and Terry McLaurin for sure. This is hard. So this is going to be between Robert Woods and DJ Moore for me. So let me do a little look-sees here at what these guys want to do. Okay, DJ Moore. I do love myself some Bobby Trees, so that one's tough for me to move away from him. That is why I am going with some experts here. No, that's standard. Let's go to PPR. View advice. This is actually closer than I expected. Fantasy Pros gives Robert 64% compared to DJ Moore at 36%. Now let's go ahead and go with the fantasy footballers, Andy, Mike, and Jason. Let's see what they have to say. DJ Moore or Robert Woods. Let's view results there. Robert Woods for them as well, although theirs is a little bit closer. So I do agree with this one. DJ Moore's been so tough for me. There was a lot of hype for him in the offseason. And I know my friend Adam Rank was one of those leading the charge for DJ Moore. I never bought it. Mostly just because we just didn't know what was going to go on with that Carolina offense with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. And Robbie Anderson has really stepped up, which surprises me. Not because he's bad, but normally he's just the end of the season guy who comes through for your fantasy playoffs. So that's tough. My recommendation for DJ Moore, and I will write about him in my Monday news for Roto World, is as soon as DJ Moore has a really good game, look to trade him. Having him on your squad is going to be a heart mess. It's going to be confusing. And you're going to be like, do I start him? I don't know. Trade him away for a more reliable piece, and then you won't have to worry about it. But don't do it until he has a good game, because then the piece you're going to get back for him may not be as good or as reliable. And then you have a little bit more, on your side in the bargaining and your negotiation. So that's going to be my recommendation for DJ Moore. All right, E-Man, flex and non-standard. Let me go ahead and put you up here. Non-standard. So I'm non-standard, meaning PPR is I'm guessing what you're saying there. I'm not sure. Justin Jackson, T.Y. Hilton, or Devontae Parker. Oh, okay. Justin Jackson is going to be very, very difficult. I actually have Josh Kelly Now, if anyone doesn't recognize these players, this is the Chargers running back group that we're looking at here because Austin Eckler is going to be gone for several weeks. He's on IR right now. So Josh Kelly has been fumbling. That's no bueno. I think it's going to be in a committee, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for Justin Jackson to really get enough. Honestly, really get enough. I think Josh Kelly is going to be the one they use at the goal line, but not necessarily in between the 20s. T.Y. Hilton has been very disappointing. And Devontae Parker's been pretty good. So I'm going to lean Devontae Parker here, but let me see here what the folks say. All right. T.Y. Hilton. Whoops. Switch my screen back. Come on now. T.Y. Hilton. Okay. Let's see. Fantasy footballers go Devontae Parker. I have a feeling this is going to be the same with fantasy pros. So, oh, come on. T.Y. Hilton. I do like Devontae Parker. I'm glad he's really doing well. And Devontae Parker. So that's going to be my answer for you there, if that helps at all. Hope it does, Eamon. And then FF intervention, let's see, not to mention excessive injuries. I know. So schedule changes, injuries, backups, practice squad guys. It's a weird year for sure. Oh, what is up, Kevin? Let me go ahead and put this up here. I am not a dynasty person, but I'm still going to put this up here in case any other dynasty folks, which I know there are several in our group here. So he says, what's up, Lauren? Dynasty question. Would I trade a 2021 first and Russell Gage for Adam Thielen and Dalton Schultz? It's a tight end premium. No, I would not do that because Dalton Schultz is a placeholder for Blake Jarwin. So no, I don't know if I would take that. I get the Adam Thielen piece, but nah, that's too steep for me. If anyone else in Dynasty disagrees, please feel free to correct me, but I don't know. I don't know if I do that trade. And then Bob Blue works for you. That is awesome. And then let's see. Oh, someone stole your question, Troy. That's not such a bad thing as my screen just blew past everybody right there. Okay. You are welcome. No problem, Chase. You're welcome for the shout out. And then let's see here. Ertz or Ebron? Ooh, that is hard. That is hard. Okay. I'm going to say Ertz. And the reason I say that is because he's like the only person reliable on that offense right now. But you know what? Let's try it. Let's see what everyone else has to say here. I do like Eric Ebron this week, but he's more of kind of like a streaming option, whereas I think Zach Ertz is a little bit more reliable. So yeah, Zach Ertz. According to Fantasy Pros, they love Zach Ertz. I 100% agree. Let's go ahead and do that. If I can get back to my screen and come back and see you all. Hi. I have to switch screens when I do that. So, So yeah, Zach Ertz for you there, my friend. And then Troy, my good friend Troy here. I love the witch's hat, by the way. It's super awesome. Gibson or McLaurin? Gibson. I like Gibson. Kyle Allen does like to target the running backs. So I think you're going to get a lot more volume with Antonio Gibson than you will out of Terry McLaurin. Both are great starts, but I'm going to lean Gibson there, Troy. And then let's see. This is a great problem to have, Mike. Good problem to have here. Waller or Mark Andrews? This is going to be contingent upon injuries. Mark Andrews came down on the injury report with a thigh issue, which is never good when it comes up this late in the week. So keep an eye on them. Keep an eye on that. I would say for consistency, you might want to go with Waller there, but really this is going to be a coin flip. Flip a coin, decide which one you want, go with your gut. Mark Andrews is injured or doesn't play, you're going to want to play Waller. But that is an excellent problem to have. And if you ever need any issues with positional players, you have an excellent piece to trade away for some very good value. Okay, Bob, here you are, my friend. Half point PPR, you need a running back and a flex, and you have Josh Jacobs, Antonio Gibson, James Robinson, and David Johnson. Wow, can I please have all of your running backs? Okay, Josh Jacobs. Yes, Josh Jacobs for sure. He's been doing excellent in the passing game. And I think I'm going to go Antonio Gibson. I think I'm going to go Gibson again. I'm full on that hype train with Antonio Gibson and Kyle Allen for the Washington football team. So James Robinson also has excellent excellent usage in Jacksonville. And you know me, I love David Johnson, and he's excellent in pass catching as well. But Houston has to get their stuff together right now. I'm not entirely sure what that is going to bring. So until we have a little bit more clarity with that new-ish looking offense with Romeo Crennel as their interim head coach, I'm going to stick with what I think is going to do well here, and that's going to be Josh Jacobs and Antonio Gibson, who both have really good roles in the passing game. So those would be my choices. And then Adamo, hi, how are you? And then let me put you up here, Chase. You think the Titans and the Patriots should forfeit and the Bills and Denver should play? I hope, this is so selfish of me, I really hope the Titans do have to forfeit. I do. Not only because they've made our lives a living hell with all this COVID crap, but because I am playing against Derrick Henry and I have AJ Brown, and I'd rather just not have to deal with that on Tuesday. So I don't even want it to deal. I want on Monday them to be like, what? Positive COVID case, forfeit. And I'm like, yay. And then I have a shot of winning that week. That's so selfish, but that's what I want to have happen. But hey, it's fantasy. We're allowed to be selfish here. Am I right? All right. And then here we go, FF Grinder. Atlanta has to bow back eventually. Yes, they do. And for fantasy, they haven't been doing all that poorly. You know, they've scored a ton of points. It's just the losses. 0-4 Falcons. That's just so crazy. And it's just nuts. Like, they almost won that game against the Cowboys. It was just one snafu on special teams that lost the game. And on the other side of that, the Cowboys should be 0-4. It is one special team snafu away from them being 0-4, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. And then I think this is going to be, I think once everything goes through the wash, I think for fantasy purposes, this is going to be a good year for Matt Ryan. And I think he has a shot of finishing in the top 10. This is a great year. Like you said, it's an even year. Second year under a new offensive coordinator. As long as his pieces can stay healthy. It does bother me that Julio Jones has missed 3 practices in a row. And then let's see here. We've got Ryan or Jimmy G. So, ooh. Okay. If it's Ryan Tannehill, I would go Jimmy G. If it's Ryan Fitzpatrick, I might go Ryan Fitzpatrick. If it is Matt Ryan, I would go Matt Ryan. So, not sure which Ryan you're talking about there. Cheesy in the AZZ. I added that ZZ there at the end, but that's a cool name. I like it. All right. And then Sean Hutton, let me put you up here as well. You have Josh Allen, Ryan Tannehill, Daniel Jones, and Jimmy Garoppolo in a super flex. Excellent choices. Assuming the Bills Titans play, who would I start between Tannehill, Jones, and Jimmy G? If I only have to pick one, that's hard. I might pick Ryan Tannehill. No, I hate it. Maybe? Yes. I think Ryan Tannehill is the one I think would be a little bit more reliable. Daniel Jones. And then Jimmy G, we're not even sure if Jimmy G is going to play. They hope he will, but we're not sure. And he might leave early due to injury. I'm not sure there, but I think I would take Tannehill here. Everyone else, what do you think? Hit Sean Hutton up here in our comments and let him know what you think in a super flex, assuming that the Titans play Tannehill, Daniel Jones, and Jimmy Garoppolo. But yeah, Rypien. That's right. Rypien. Thank you. Rypien is the starting quarterback for the Broncos. I should know that. In fact, I did know that. It's just kind of a brain fart. It happens. And then, E-Man, you have a lot of McLaurin questions. We all have a lot of McLaurin questions, so it's all good. Safe to trust McLaurin this week against the Rams? Yes, you have to trust him. He's solid. So I don't mind starting him whatsoever. And then Chase says to go more. Secondary is tough in Washington. I disagree. But let's break it down, Chase. Let's do a watch him blow up because he's been kind of mediocre so far. So I don't know. I'm just off more. So go with your gut. Whoever was asking the question about DJ Moore. And then that's right, Brett Rypien. My bad. And then no, I'm not answering that one. FF Grinder. Here we go. Let me put you up, my friend. PPR Ian Thomas time. I know, right? You have Hurst currently, but that matchup worked the last 4 weeks. Oof, that one is super tough. I don't know if I can do that, honestly. But let's see. I'm going to go ahead and go with the experts here. I like Hayden Hurst a lot. Ian Thomas, though, man, that's tough. I like Ian Thomas too. I have him on a lot of dynasty leagues here. So Fantasy Pros for PPR is going to go 99% Hayden Hurst. But go with your gut. If your gut's telling you to play Ian Thomas, give it a shot. It's fantasy football. So why not? Hey, how are you, friend? Half PPR, Gibson or whoever starts for the 49ers, Mostert or McKinnon. All three are excellent choices. And again, I'm going to lean Gibson. Now watch this blow up in my face because I have Gibson all over the place. But I am going to lean Gibson there. That's more for safety. If you want upside, Mostert. But I think safety here, and I think the availability with him is higher. I think his targets are going to be there with Kyle Allen. So I would go Gibson. And then let's see. Oh, so this guy, Aaron, that's nice. Well, it's a good thing I'll block you on Periscope, or you can just leave and not be here. But he says this is the worst fantasy advice he's ever heard. Bye-bye. We'll talk to you later. I think I heard your mom calling. Dinner's ready. Okay. And then real world ship. Oh, passed you up here, my friend. Let me go back. Almost there. Sorry, my friend. Parker can't stay healthy. He gets hurt every game. I know. It's like Mostert from last year, remember? He was hurt, or was it Breida or Mostert? And you're like, oh my God, just give the man a break so I don't have to worry about him going out every single week. It was terrifying. And then, so John Bennett says, you're so confused. Don't play Josh Allen. I know. Welcome to the world of COVID. It's awful. So if you're playing in daily fantasy leagues, like if you are, you have lineups and tournaments, or if you and your friends have maybe a league going, I know that DraftKings and FanDuel are not counting the Tuesday games. I had to manipulate some of my lineups and get rid of my Bills and Titans that I did have before they were rescheduled from Sunday. So regular leagues, week 5 will include the Tuesday night game. So like Yahoo and Sleeper, just make sure you double check because I'm not 100% sure about your particular league settings. So if you want to risk it and play Josh Allen, that is completely up to you. But if they, meaning the Titans, have any more positive COVID tests, there is a possibility that it will be rescheduled. The Titans will be forced to forfeit. That is something that you're going to have to keep in mind. So whether or not you want to take the risk and play Josh Allen is completely up to you. Or if you want to stream a different quarterback to be safe and at least get some points on the board, that is going to be your call. But this is what we're going to have to deal with moving forward in 2020, which is kind of harsh. And let me see here. Let me go ahead and keep going through your questions here, my friends. And then Shane Manila says Ertz as well. Fantastic. And then here we go. This is a great one. Okay. Off his big week. Is OBJ worth a spot in your PPR lineup this week? Let's see. Let me go and check something else out here. Another what's the word I'm looking for? Resource that I like to use is researching fantasy points against. NFL.com has a wonderful spreadsheet of all of this. It's very clear, nice and pretty, very clean. I like to use it. So we are going up against Indianapolis, we meaning OBJ. I don't love it. Yes, I do. No, I don't. Do I? No, I don't. I hate it. Sorry, I was looking at that wrong. Indianapolis is ranked 9th best against wide receivers. They have allowed 44 receptions on 67 targets for 507 yards and 5 touchdowns. So it's not horrible. He has an opportunity. However, I don't think that OBJ is going to have a repeat performance of his 3 touchdown game. Obviously, I know that's not what you're asking. My recommendation is to trade him. There are so many mouths to feed. David Njoku is now healthy again. You have Austin Hooper. There's Jarvis Landry. There's Kareem Hunt. I do know that Nick Chubb is out for a little while, but Dearness Johnson has also filled in his place. So, yeah, if you can't trade him away, then, of course, he deserves a spot in your starting lineup, but it's not guaranteed. So I would not expect a repeat performance from OBJ. And if you can, try to trade him away for some more reliable pieces. Not that he's not a talented dude. He's freaking amazing, but it's just hard in an offense that is a run-first offense under Kevin Stefanski. Who knows how many times they're going to keep throwing like that or when he's going to be able to produce again like that. So that's tough, especially against the Indianapolis Colts, which has an excellent defense against wide receivers. They have a good defense all around. So there's that. Okay. You're welcome, Bob. Oh, thank you. He says I'm the best. I appreciate that. And let me just keep going here. Arsenal, hello. How are you? Angie also says Tannehill for that super flex question that was up there. And then Kyle Shanahan did confirm today that Jimmy G is starting. Excellent news. Thank you very much. That's great, because if it was CJ Beathard, I'd get a little scared. I also have Brandon Ayuk on a team too, so I was kind of floating around if I should start him. That's a tough one. So, yep, Jimmy G is playing. Fantastic. And Tommy, can I make you feel better about being so high on Kenyon Drake? Yeah, I can. Just give it a little bit of time. You guys, these first 4 weeks in 2020 are basically preseason. There's a lot of kinks that have got to get worked out. Things are weird. I think he'll probably finish a little bit more on the disappointing side for you, but I don't think that he's going to be a dud all year. So keep him in your lineup. If you really don't want to deal with him, wait till he has a good game and trade him away. I'm actually looking to trade for Kenyon Drake because I think that he's really going to start seeing some action here. They've been using Chase Edmonds a lot. I know that's very scary. So he's been getting the volume. It just hasn't been by the goal line. And I think that's by the goal line yet. So I hold on with Kenyon Drake and we'll see. Okay. But I don't know if I can make you feel all that much better, but he should be getting better, right? I mean, that's what we all thought. That's what I thought anyway. Okay. So FF Grinder, it's Hurst. You checked. Good. I like Hurst. I would go personally. And then T-Bum, let me put you up here. Let's see. 12 team half PPR. Which one should you sit out of? Connor, Carson, Jacobs, or Davis? Wow, that's really tough. That is really tough. Okay. Mike Davis? Ooh, I don't like that. T-Bum, hit me up on Twitter, Stepmom Lauren, and let me think about this a little bit more because all of these guys are really good. So hit me up on this. I want to think about that a little bit longer before I give you kind of the knee-jerk reaction there on those. Stepmom Lauren, come find me. And then Phil Pack, you're starting Ebron over Hurst. Go for it. They both have really good matchups, but Eric Ebron is going to be touchdown dependent. I understand that Hurst is as well, but with Julio Jones possibly not playing or being limited in the game, I think Hurst may have just a hair more opportunity. Just be prepared for that to kind of blow up. I'm starting Eric Ebron, so I totally understand. And then Francis Shettle, let me go ahead and put you up here. I need one in half PPR. T.Y. Hilton, Crowder, Watkins. Crowder. I know, right? With Joe Flacco. I'm going to go Jamison Crowder here. He is the most reliable pass catcher on that team, and he's going to be targeted as often as possible. So I'm going to go Jamison Crowder with this one. That's really tough, though. I would go either T.Y. or Jamison Crowder. Get Sammy Watkins off your team. Don't even deal with him. If he has a great game, trade him immediately. Watkins is a pain in the ass. All right. And then, John, let me put you back up here too, my friend. Should you play Burrows in case Josh Allen doesn't play? He's a great one. He's going to be volatile, so no guarantees that he's going to have a great game, but he has the opportunity to do so because they throw a lot. So, yeah, Burrow would be a great spot start. Just keep your eye on it. You don't necessarily have to put it out just yet, but snag him off the waivers and have him ready just in case. Have a contingency plan. And then here's another great one here too. James Robinson or Joe Mixon rest of season? James Robinson for me. I don't like Joe Mixon. His volatility, speaking of volatility, and the Bengals, they throw all the time. So Mixon can have really, really awesome games, or he could have dud games, which I'm sure you know. So I would rather have James Robinson. Hopefully you read my articles and are looking to trade Joe Mixon, because that way you don't have to deal with it anymore. After his 3 touchdown game, that was the time to get rid of him and get way more reliable pieces and just get him off your roster. All right, Dana and Gotti, thanks. You are so welcome. We're going to wrap it up here, guys, soon. And then Natalie, yay. I know the haters can frolic along. Happens all the time. It's okay. Like I said, he's like 12, and I heard mom calling in the background saying that dinner was ready. He probably still has to do his homeworks too, so it's all right. Not a big deal. And then E-Man, would I trust Julio Jones if he's active this week? No, but I would have to start him. That's a painful question. I know. Hopefully he doesn't play, and that makes that much easier for you. So you're welcome, everybody. You're welcome. You're welcome. Whoop. Just flew right ahead there. And again, you guys, if I do miss any of your questions, please feel free to hit me up on Twitter, on social media. So I'm on Facebook, I am on Instagram, and I am on Twitter. I am the most responsive on Twitter at StepMomLauren. So come and hit me up with your questions if I happen to miss any. And then, Bob, you traded Melvin Gordon for Kenyon Drake, and I believe this time is coming. Go for it. Go for it. Melvin Gordon is going to split a backfield with Phillip Lindsay once he's healthy, a.k.a. this week. So I don't hate that at all. And then Arsenal, how did Scotty Miller not score a point last night? He's hurt. So he had a hip and groin injury. He was kind of on the field. I saw him like twice. But yeah, Anthony Miller, so the other Miller, he sucked too. So get rid of him too if he's on your squad. That's just a heartbreak. And then John Bennett, let me go ahead and put this question up here. Why is Derrick Johnson projected so low? I remember you asked me this on Facebook. I'm not sure. It's possible that maybe the rankings haven't really been adjusted. It's also possible that, the experts that put this together and put those rankings together and those projections together just aren't sure how he's going to be used. Hang on to him. I'm not sure why his projections are low, but who knows? That will probably change after this weekend, just so you know. All right, so let's see here. And John, you said what, Mixon? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, my friend. Trade question. Let me put this up. Would I trade Robert Woods, DJ Chark, and Zach Moss for Tyler Lockett and Antonio Gibson? Yeah, I would. That is actually, no. If we're talking dynasty, no, I would not. If we're talking redraft, I'd think about it. But I think this is a little lopsided in the Woods, DJ Chark, Moss favor than it is for the Tyler Lockett, Antonio Gibson for now. But I don't hate it. So if you've made the trade already, I don't hate it. I like the Tyler Lockett and Antonio Gibson side. I just feel like that's a lot for two players. I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence on that one. And then, thank you. I appreciate it. No problem. This is what I'm here for, guys. And okay, let's see. And then FF Grinder. Okay, so this is a good point too. You think Indianapolis's D has something to do with it? Obviously, it does. I'm not sure what Derrick Johnson's projections are. I did not look. I do not have him on any of my squads, unfortunately, because I do like him. That could be a combination of the Colts. It could be a combination of we haven't really seen him play. We're not sure how he's going to be utilized. I think he will be used because that's what the Browns want to do. So we'll see how much that changes. And then Phil Pike, I appreciate it. I hope I'm the coolest stepmom. I hope my stepkids think I'm a cool stepmom. But I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Hope you have a safe and wonderful weekend. And just so you all know, Sundays, as you know, I'm a writer for Roto World. But on Sunday, I am now taking over doing the daily headlines. It's the fantasy blog that they have. So I'm basically going to be writing down the NFL Sunday ticket. So it's not literally, I'm not actually writing that down, but I'm going to be updating every big play, every scoring play as fast as I humanly can on Roto World on their fantasy blog. So Sundays is going to be very, very, very busy. So if I don't get back to you, I do apologize. Try to hit me up on Saturday or later today if you can. And everybody, good luck in your week 5 matchups. Remember to keep your eyes on the news, keep your eyes on your roster, and have a wonderful and safe weekend. Wear your masks. Be good. Take care, everybody. We'll see you next week.